So one of the questions I often get asked by people is, how can I get coached by you? You live in Australia, I live in Substitute, wherever you live. I would love to be able to get you to help with my golf. So I've got Mel here today. So Mel is both a remote client and he's a physical client. So he's in Melbourne today. You live about 3 hours out of Melbourne.
Yep.
And not that long ago, you were living in New Zealand.
Yep.
So we were working remotely.
Yes.
How did you find the remote experience?
Obviously, before that I was working with you at Morak, and then when I went to work in New Zealand for 4 years, we did some remote coaching, and I found that outside of the fact that obviously, you know, one-on-one when you're standing both together, it's the best.
Yep.
But if you can't get that, and I was in New Zealand, it wasn't that easy. I found the remote learning really good. You know, you have to know what you want to get out of it, but it's definitely something that works. So I could send you a video on Huddle, as I think it was called at that stage.
Back then, now it's Coach Now.
Coach Now.
So we use Coach Now.
So I could use that for video. I've got a Garmin R10, which I can use for numbers, so I could send the numbers over as well. And then I'd get it back from you, the video, with talking. So you could talk over the top of it. You could put lines to show where my faults were, which were many. So there's a lot of lines when it came back. But yeah, it was so that made it really easy to see what I was doing wrong. Get that information from you, and then I can, you know, go back to the range and do more work with it, and then send another video, you know, a week or two later.
So when I was doing the analysis, was I giving you a lot of information?
Not a super amount. That's not really the doctor's style.
No, it's not.
More, it was more, you know, work on 1 or 2 points that really need fixing to start with, and that way, over that time, I found that we could sustain my swing. Despite me not being back in Melbourne, so that was really important.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say you actually lowered your handicap when you're in New Zealand.
Yes, yeah, I was playing off 12.3, I think, so.
Yeah, so you dropped, what, 3 shots?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the beauty of the remote coaching, is it's almost like being one-on-one. One-on-one is the best, but if you can't, what sort of percentage do you think, if we're going to evaluate it, a remote coaching session versus a physical one-on-one?
I think a physical one-on-one's 100%, so
Yep.
remote coaching would be that sort of, you know, 75-ish, I would think.
Okay.
You know, if you do it correctly, 75 to 80, for sure.
Which is good. It's not that much different.
No, I found it a good experience, and, you know, that way I kept a consistent coach right through, and so, you know, I think that's important as well. Everyone's got different thoughts and theories, and it's important to keep, you know, consistency in what you're doing, so.
Yeah. Very good, thank you, Mel. If you want to take part in the remote coaching program, I've got a link at the bottom in the description of the video, and you can go onto my website, thegolfdoctor.com.au, and you can join the remote coaching there. It's $65 Australian per month, and you get to send me 2 swing videos each week, and I analyze from there. You also have priority communication with me. I check Coach Now before I check anything else. So I'm locked into helping you improve your golf, and I'll do everything I can to help you achieve your goals. So if you're interested, click on the link in the description, and I'll look forward to seeing you and helping you improve your golf.